everyone. My name is Jeremy Young, and I'm a choral music teacher at Fairhaven High School in Massachusetts. Mr. Holt had asked me today to come and talk to you a little bit about this instrument in my hands. So this is a Strummed Dulcimer, and this is a Seagull model, which is a Canadian company. You can actually see, if you get real close here, you can see the little maple leaf for Canada there, and it actually says Canada on it, kind of showing where it's from. This is a modified instrument. This particular instrument kind of hails from the 19th century, and it's a modification of an older instrument known as a hammered dulcimer, which kind of looks like something like this, right? So if you take a look at this, it's a multi-stringed instrument that you used mallets with. Picture your marimba, your xylophone, your glockenspiels, except it's strings that you're actually going to be hammering and hitting. And the hammered dulcimer kind of finds its, or at least musicologists believe, that it was first invented in the Middle East around 900 AD. Now, this instrument is a modern version of that modified instrument, and I love this thing. This thing has an incredibly folky sound. Right, and it's very open, it's very hollow, it's reminiscent of a mandolin. And if you are an orchestra and you are a violin player, you should know that you can play mandolin because it's the same thing. It's just a strummed violin. It's awesome, but it has that sound to it. And what makes this instrument in particular very, very interesting is its tuning. The bottom string is a D, the middle string is an A, and the top strings, there are two of them. It's hard to see on my potato camera here, but the top strings are D as well. So we're tuned fifths apart, and if you notice, the frets are irregularly spaced. Now, if you are a guitar player, you know that each fret is the same distance between them on guitar. That distance is a half step. On the strummed dulcimer, you'll notice that we have large gaps, small gaps, large gaps. The larger gaps are whole steps. The smaller gaps are half steps. And the result is that we have an instrument that plays only major scales. So on the D, if you listen, you've got D, right? And so these frets are going to make it so that you just play a D major scale. The same thing can be said about the A string. It's going to be an A major scale. And then at the top, it's the same with the D string there. And so really, it's very difficult to play a wrong note when playing this instrument. It does mean, however, that when you are playing it, that you have to play in certain keys. And so as a result, if you looked online, you might find that there are different types or different models of this instrument that are tuned for different keys. You could also break the system and use your pegs to change the tuning. But this instrument is beautiful. You can play it in a fingerpick type fashion. Right, and so doing that like you would on a guitar, on a ukulele, on a mandolin, and that gives you one kind of a sound. You could also go about this and strum it. And it gives you another sound, right? So it's a very cool instrument. Just like anything else, it has its usage. You can hear this in music that is of like Irish descent. You can hear it in Scottish music. You also hear this a lot in the music of like the Appalachian Mountain, right? So when you're listening to folk music like that. This instrument also is utilized quite frequently just in various different like folk bands and things like that. It's very easy to pick up. I'm not a great strummed dulcimer player, but it does help that way. So I hope you learned something. Check it out. You can watch some videos of some people playing strummed dulcimer better than me. Check out some hammered dulcimer videos. It's a whole entire family of instruments that you probably have never heard of before. So I hope you learned something. Have an awesome day.